are angels all around, in the sky and on the ground. They walk beside us every day, giving love away.
Lisa Brokop is an accomplished singer-songwriter with 7 albums and 3 awards for Independent Artist of the Year. Paul Jefferson is a singer-songwriter who has written hits for Keith Urban, Little Texas, and Aaron Tippin. In 2008, they were married, but the relationship almost ended suddenly.
We broke up.
We had to break up.
We came to a complete end.
Lisa Brokop was born June 16, 1973, and started singing when she was very young.
Well, I grew up in Surrey, British Columbia, which is just outside of Vancouver, Canada. I was very much into music right off the bat. I was singing apparently before I could even talk, my mother says. So music was my thing. I had a swing set out back in the yard, and I would sing and swing was kind of my thing. Isn't that funny? Rhyming already at such a young age. I'd go out there and sing my heart out, and my favorite song when I was 4 was Rhinestone Cowboy. That was what was on the radio. So I'd run up to the speakers whenever that came on, and everybody had to be quiet.
Don't you think it's time to come back home?
She started young and had a real appreciation of country music.
I always loved it for some reason. My mother played it on the radio all the time. CKWX was the station. And so I just kind of gravitated towards it.
Am I even in your place? If you love me, knock on my door.
I was like 15 and I started going on the road and doing that stuff really early on. So things got a little less normal for me at that point.
Less normal meant successful tours, writing great songs, lots of industry attention, and recording albums. Her passion was paying off, and in 2001, she was named Independent Artist of the Year for I'd Like to See You Try. Paul Jefferson was born and raised in California, surrounded by music.
My father was a guitar teacher, so I started learning to play guitar very young. But he pushed a lot of things. We did a lot of tennis, and at the same time, I grew up in a place where there was a lot of pressure to do well in school. So I went to the University of California, Berkeley, got an engineering degree, and did a lot of other things other than music. But music was always what I wanted to do.
They both ended up in Nashville at the same time.
I've been here, I guess, how many years is that? 93, 15 years or so. Yeah, and similar for you.
Yeah.
Did you come in 93?
I came in 93, same time.
And Paul noticed her right away.
I was watching CMT, or one of those country music channels, and I saw Lisa's video. It was a song, He Can't Save...
She Can't
Save Him. See, I remember it.
He Can't Save Her.
You know
that one? Yeah. He's very familiar with my music.
And I remember seeing that video, and I thought, now there's a great artist. And as I paid attention to her career, I thought she's underrated.
But Paul and Lisa never got together.
There was no connection to Lisa at all. I never really heard her. I never saw her again, never met her again.
But I didn't really know anything about Paul, which, it's not that big of a town, really, when it comes down to it. Everybody's
She still doesn't really know anything about him.
I still don't know that much about him.
We still haven't actually met.
It took a few friends to get them together.
I met Paul through my best friend, Mary Sue, and her husband got the job as guitar player in Paul's band, Hilljack, at the time.
Well, I liked Paul. I thought he was a great guy, and I just thought he was interesting and really talented and just had a really inviting personality. I was sitting down having a discussion with him. He and my husband were in the same band at the time and getting to know each other. And the more he said, it was just ding, 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 just checking off everything I thought Lisa might like. And
I was actually dating another guy at the time, just gone on a couple dates, and so
I didn't think maybe he was the right one. So I went off into the ladies' room. Excuse me, I went in the ladies' room. I called her. I said, Lisa, I got your guy. Don't kiss that other guy. I've got the one right here.
she was pretty excited about this though, and I thought, well, whatever. But no, I was kidding. So I checked out your video, and I thought, oh, he's kind of cute, and I really liked his singing. And actually, I remember talking to you on the phone I hadn't met you, and Mary Sue put you on the phone because we were going to set up a writing appointment. We were going to get together and write, and really I was just going to check him out and see how he was. So she put him on the phone. I really liked the sound of his speaking voice. I just always remember it was very soothing. It's just, I don't know, it's just a good thing. There was a good vibe. I've told you that before, you just don't remember.
And between musicians, you can't lie about the music.
If I didn't like the music, then there's no way. Because I couldn't pretend.
Deal breaker.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker. I can't pretend, oh, you're really good. And we met and we set up the writing appointment. Like I didn't care if we wrote a song. I thought that's a great way to get to know somebody and, check them out without them knowing it, kind of thing, right? So we got together at Mary Sue's house and we wrote and we talked about quite a bit of stuff that day. And then it took a while for you to actually officially ask me out on a date. It took, I thought, quite a long time.
Really?
It was sort of like, come on, don't you get it? It's like, we're working this here, and like, work with us. Where you came over for dinner, I made corn chowder, and he loved it. And I thought, well, I got him. I got the corn chowder. I mean, doesn't even remember. Look, clueless. Still clueless after all.
I remember parts of that.
Still clueless after all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Paul did get the hint. He clued in around Halloween.
The first clue I got that you were interested was when I saw a picture of you at a Halloween party, and you had gone to the Halloween party as Miss Mississippi. And that my song was "I Kissed Miss Mississippi," which was it's a comedy song about a guy who's playing the thing.
He wasn't at the party.
I wasn't at the party, no.
You were supposed to be, I think, but Hilljack had a gig, so here I am in my Miss Mississippi costume, and he's not even there. But eventually, I guess we went to Amerigo's for dinner, which is one of our favorite Nashville restaurants. And can I tell them about the mint?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
We exchanged mints, not with our hands. The actual first kiss, I don't know if you remember, was at my apartment at the time, at the doorway. It was a Tuesday night, and we had went to Billy Block's to see a show. See, I have a much better memory, and that's when the first kiss was.
Oh.
And after that first kiss, everything seemed special.
And then the other thing that happened, it was kind of a weird thing that happened.
thing?
I walked in to Mary Sue's house and I picked up their guitar, it was a nylon string guitar. And whenever I see a nylon string guitar, which we don't have any in the house, do we?
No.
I start playing this one particular song, which I call, my dad taught me as a kid, it's Romance de Amor. You call it something else.
I call it a Spanish romance. I learned it
The same song.
from a guitar,
We both
taking
know
guitar
this.
lessons.
Yeah.
So I had, like 10 minutes before he got there, picked up the guitar, which nobody even picks up because it's an old guitar that just always sits there. And I just picked it up for whatever reason and I started to play it and I put it down. And 10 minutes later, he walks in, picks up the guitar and starts playing the same thing. And so me and Mary Sue are like, wow,
Yeah.
so it was like this kind of a weird doo-doo-doo-doo.
Up next,
Break it, throw it up against the wall.
We kind of had to break up and just kind of let it go and learn some things and do some work on ourselves and then come back. And we really didn't think it was going to come back.